Okay, so today we're also going to talk a little bit about the graphs of the exponents and the logarithms. So the graph of the exponent, we have talked a lot about that. And you can go onto your graphing calculator and you can put 2 to the x. And we can go ahead and graph this. Okay, so then you have this exponential growth because the base is bigger than 1. Bigger than 1. And we talked a lot about that it multiplies very quickly. So you can go to the table. Notice that at 0, it's 1. So right here, we're just going to put 1. And then at 1, it's already 2. So doubling each time. At 2, it's already going to be 4. So way up here. And this graph is going to get very close to curve, not like a, there we go. So it's going to get very close to the x-axis, but it's never going to touch it and it's never going to get into the negatives. So see how this is getting really, really small, but it's not actually crossing into the negatives or even coming to 0. So that means that there's a horizontal asymptote. Horizontal asymptote. On the x-axis. So that's when y is equal to 0. This is the x-axis. So it never actually touches the x-axis. Okay, so now the log base 2, if we want to put it into the calculator, please make sure you guys pay attention. You have to go to math and then go all the way down to where you see the log base, right there, log base. Press enter, and then you're going to put 2 and then x right there. Okay, so that's how you get the log base 2 of x on the calculator. So now if we graph it, notice that it goes like that. So then if we go to on the negatives, it's error. But then at 0, it's error. So that means the logarithm cannot be 0. And when it's 1, right here, it's 0. So it goes like this. Okay. And notice now that the y-axis is the vertical asymptote. So this one has a vertical asymptote. At x equals 0. So that's the y-axis. Okay, so then the logs, any logarithm, logs cannot be negative, cannot have log of a negative number. That equals error or undefined. Or the log, or even natural log as well, of 0. That's an error or undefined. And you can even try it right here. And it could be natural log. If you go right here, you go the natural log of 0. That's going to be error. Okay? So log of 0 is error as well. Or if you do any base, if you go like log base 5 of 0, that's still an error. Okay, so please make sure that you can have a 0 or a negative number. Okay, so then what are the transformations? So it's still the same. If you have a right here in the front, then and it's negative, then you're going to reflect it over the x-axis. If the absolute value of a, so if you don't worry about the negative, then and it's greater than 1, then you have a vertical stretch. And then if you have in between 0 and 1, you're going to have a vertical shrink. So that doesn't change from the other equations as well, or other functions. If you have x plus h over here, then you're going to move to the left. If you have x minus h, then you're going to move to the right. If k is positive, then you move up. If it's negative, then you go down. Now, all of this applies to this over here too. Okay, so let's identify the shifts for number 1. Example here. This one is going to move left 3 units. And it's going to move down 4 units. And then over here, this one, x minus 5, that's going to move right 5 units and up 3 units. So that doesn't change from all the other functions. You still have the same thing. Now, if you really wanted to make sure over here, if you have the log base 2, so let's just do the parent function would be the log, so math, go all the way down. You're going to do that. So the log base 2 of x is that one, right? That's the original one. And then if we go and do the log base 2 of x minus 5, so math, go all the way down. And you're going to x minus 5 and then plus 3. So you're going to see it move right 5 units and 3 units up. So if we graph it, and you're not going to be able to see it because my window only goes up to 5. So hold on a second, window, go from negative 5 to 10. There we go. So see how it shifted to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's from here is shifted up 3 units. Okay, so that still holds for all of the functions, the shifting around. Okay, go ahead and go to the next video.